What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight. Okay, haha. Oh boy, what a glorious day this is. Making his debut on the channel tonight. One of my absolute heroes on keyboards, piano, anything with keys, you name it. We have the legendary Chick Corea. Yes, indeed. How about that? Chick Corea making his debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity bot, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Home Gnome, and this is actually Home Gnome's prioritized request for the month of December for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Home Gnome. Hope you enjoy the show. Home Gnome wanted to see me react to this. It is Chick Corea, the legend himself, along with Hiromi, performing a tune called Place to Be. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second. Yeah, I've heard this song before. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by TJ Piano Music, all right? And the video has 399 views. There you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Chick Corea and Hiromi, Place to Be. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
let me back up just a little bit here. Not that they did the trade-off. I always like it when you have two piano players doing a performance like this, whether it be just one song or an entire concert, which this obviously is. I always like it when you have them facing together. It's kind of important because there's going to be, and you've seen it several times here, where they have that communication with each other. You know, they look up, they lock eyes real quick, you get that, you know, subtle nod, and an exchange happens, or a trade-off happens, or, you know, both acknowledging we're on the same page, and double time feel, you know, and they both know it because they've obviously rehearsed, but just making sure that we're all together here, we're on the same page, we are good, and boom, there it is. The switching up between that straight 6/8 and that double time feel 6/8 with the double attacks, I like that. Helps, you know, freshen things up, helps brighten things up a little bit. The entire song being in 6/8, I really can appreciate that. I love 6/8, so I can absolutely, I can actually appreciate that. I'm really digging that groove. Both of them sharing the spotlight pretty equally, if I'm being honest. I mean, I feel like up to this point, Chick Corea did kind of take the spotlight over a little bit, but I have a feeling now that she's taking over, I have a feeling that she's going to take it back and fill out some time for herself. So that's kind of nice. As far as the soloing goes, it's less about stride and more about precision and speed. Chick's, I mean, he's moving around within about an octave and a half, but it's not like he's going way up the keys. You know what I mean? He's staying pretty close to center, you know, pretty close to the middle, and he's really showing us some nice speed and articulation, which I absolutely appreciate. Looks good, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm loving this. I'm not loving it, but I mean, it's good. It's really good. So, let's keep going here. Let's see where this goes here. She takes over. Speed. Semitones. Nice. He's just cool and calm right there. Trade off. He takes it back. Yep. He takes it back, and then he takes it back. Got that volley going on. Thanks. And 30-28. That's where I was supposed to stop. So cool. Not really a whole lot to talk about, if I'm being honest. Not really a whole lot to discuss. The main thing was the communication between the two, just with subtle glances, subtle nods, eye contact, just making sure that we're both on the same page, and boom. That was pretty much the only thing I really want to talk about. As far as the playing goes, you've heard me say in other reactions, you've heard me say everything that I would normally say about that. So, I mean, I don't want to say it's old hat, but I'm just going to be copying and pasting what I've said before in the past. So I'll spare you all that. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be a pretty short review. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Chick Corea and Hiromi with a tune called Place to Be. This was a request from Home Gnome. And this was actually Home Gnome's prioritized request for the month of December for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Home Gnome. Hope you enjoyed the show. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a pretty short review. There's really not a whole lot to discuss. Let's just get to the score and we'll go from there. I promise you, we're gonna be out of here in less than 10 minutes. I can guarantee you that. Maybe I don't know if we'll be under 5, but we'll be pretty close to 5. I have a feeling. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.7. Yep, 8.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.7. What does that mean? Well, an 8.7 would translate to a great skill rating because overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would also give 4 to 5 stars and an A letter grade. Yeah, an A. So there you go, an 8.7, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I am not 100% sure who wrote this. I'm almost positive it was Hiromi who wrote this. I think this was kind of her gig, and she was fortunate enough to get the legend himself, Chick Corea, in there with her to do this performance. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this. She really did kind of seem to be showcased a little bit more than he did, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, if it's her show, you know, obviously, but as long as he gets a chance to be showcased as well, and he absolutely was. It was funny kind of watching their contrasting styles in their approach to soloing. Chick Corea far more soft-fingered, soft-handed, soft-touched, nice lift, just a more of a subtle approach, where Hiromi was much more dynamic, much more heavy-handed. I mean, they both had an equal amount of speed in their fingers. They both had a similar amount of agility, a similar amount of accuracy. I mean, they were all both up on there, but his approach was just a little softer-handed, and her approach was definitely more aggressive. Was that on purpose? I believe so. I absolutely believe that was the whole intent of the song, to kind of demonstrate, you know, those two different approaches. And they did a fine job on both. Both are able to play, obviously, very quickly, very accurately. I never heard. I mean, it's jazz. Take it for what it's worth. I mean, there's a saying in the music industry. It's called "close enough for jazz." Well, that's true. When you're playing jazz, this is a bit of a point of contention. This is a bit of a point of contestation. There's a lot of jazz musicians who, you know, believe the philosophy that there's no such thing as wrong notes in jazz. And there are other jazz musicians who do not follow that philosophy and do not believe that philosophy. I'm kind of more, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of more on the side of with Victor Wooten on this one. As long as it sounds good, you know, I mean, there's going to be accidentals, you know, there's always going to be, you know, times where, you know, you intentionally play a wrong note because it sounds good. It may not necessarily follow within the scale. It may not follow within the chordal structure, but it sounds good though. And it elicits the response you want as a soloist. So I absolutely get that. And I do definitely subscribe more to the side of like Victor Wooten, who, you know, he is at the forefront of that argument of there's no such thing as wrong notes in jazz. But I mean, and you heard some accidentals in here, intentional accidentals, and they all sounded good. So I got no problem with anything we heard there. It was just a lot of fun to watch the two of them, especially when it came to the communication. It's a very subtle thing, and it comes with practice and it comes with rehearsal. You know, I am sure the two of them spent hours rehearsing and practicing and, you know, facing each other and making sure that they're on the same page. And they would probably stop frequently and go, okay, where are you? Well, I'm here. Okay, so am I. Okay, good. So we're coming up to this section. So when we're approaching this section about 4 bars prior, let's look at each other. Let's make sure we're on the same page. Okay. And then boom, we are. And like I said, that comes with rehearsal. That comes with practice. So, but it was fun to watch it nonetheless. Now, look, I mean, we're talking about two very accomplished and two very legendarily known clean players. I mean, Hiromi's definitely younger, and she's coming up in the world for sure. But you know, Chick Corea being who he was, I mean, I know he passed away, but the guy was just an absolute. He still is, in my opinion, just an absolute legend in the world of music. In particular, in jazz. That's really where he made his mark. But make no mistake, he was also very heavily involved in classical, R&B, funk, and when it wasn't just jazz, guys, he was all over the place. Soundtracks for movies, he was involved. He's got several movie credits under him, for his both for scoring and for recording. So seeing the two together, it was fun. It was definitely fun. Now, here's where people may not be a fan of what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Did I enjoy this? Yeah, I did to some extent. I did enjoy it. Did I love it? No, I didn't love it. Would I ever watch this again? Probably not. Not by choice. I'm not going to go looking for this, okay? But you know, if it's on the background or, you know, if it's, you know, if it pops up and I'm, you know, doing something and it's playing in the background, I'm not going to mind. Not going to mind at all. It's a good song. And it was a great performance overall. So, yeah, 8.7. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.7, which is a great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.